Hey my divas, welcome. I hope you guys are all having a super fantabulous Saturday so far. I know I'm on a bit earlier than I initially stated I would be. Even last night I said I'll be on at 10 a.m. Guess what? I remembered. I have a call at 10:30, so there's no way I could get through the live in half an hour and still be ready for my Zoom conference. So, that being said, I couldn't leave you guys without a DIY Diva coffee and a card kind of thing. So, I've got my coffee. And I'm just getting my camera set up. It looks like my table, again, is a little tilted. I really should just maybe tilt my camera down a little bit, because I keep tilting the table. And it's getting really tilted now. Let me go ahead and copy this link while I'm getting my camera set up. Oh, that tilt worked very nicely. Now I can maybe put my table back the way it goes. My glass mat, I mean. Copy that and copy link. And then I will explain what you guys are looking at. Some people might already know what they're looking at. If you've been with me for a while. If you haven't been with me for a while, or you're new to my station, my name is Leticia Hernandez. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based out of California. But I do all kinds of paper crafting projects, 3D projects, cards. I do notebook. That's not a notebook. I don't know how to remember notebooks. I use old stuff. I use new stuff. I use other brand stuff. I use whatever I want to, basically. But my affiliation is specifically with Stampin' Up! So, that being said, I cannot multitask today. I need to drink more of that coffee, which I have only had a sip of so far. Okay, let's get back to the Facebook page. Take a sip of this coffee. Oh, it didn't come out too bad. I made it with a protein shake today instead of half and half creamer. Speaking of cream, let's put some luscious buttercream on my hands. Not real buttercream, it's a lotion. Butter. I think it's called buttercream. Body butter, sorry, body butter. Buttercream. And I ran out of half and half. So, that means I switched to protein shakes. That's for my creamer, which actually is normally really, really good. So, oh, this is so divine and heavenly on my hands. Okay, we're going to put that off to the side. It is too early for chocolates. I had put that underneath my lotion, my body butter. Okay, I can't see comments. I do see that people are on, so if you're on, say hi. Maybe that'll bring my comments back up. And oh, here we go. Hi, Margene. Hey, Sharon. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome, welcome. I'll have to remember to pair you two when you go in for the raffle. Okay, I'm going to get started because... Oh, hey, Chris is on. Hey, Chris. I am just in such a good mood today. No more headache, thank goodness. I don't know what was going on yesterday, but full disclosure, I fell asleep. I got home. I got off the live. I went and made dinner, fed the dogs. My husband got home and he's like, "What's wrong?" And he could just tell. And I was like, I have a headache. So I was like, I was just waiting till you got home to make sure that you had something to eat. And I fed him and I was like, I'm going to go lay down for a bit. I slept from 5, I want to say it was about 5:46 until like 1 something in the, no, like 10 something at night. And then I was up for just a couple hours and then I went back to sleep until this morning. So I had a very good sleep and I think my body just needed some sleep. So there was that. Let's see who else we got on. We've got Christy Frank. Welcome, welcome. And Shelly Shamate. Welcome. Good morning, Shelly. I haven't seen you in a bit. We got Kathy Sanford popping back in. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay, now really I'm going to stop telling you guys about my weird evening. Okay, so I have 2 cards here. I'm going to make this card, but I want to explain this card. Well, maybe I'll let you guys decide which card I'm going to make, but let me explain why I pulled these 2 cards out. I have stashes of cards that I've made that I don't get rid of because they're templates to me. And when I get in a rut or I need something last minute or I just want to do a teachable moment, I pull cards from that out. These are some of those cards. This is the very first card. This is the very first Stampin' Up card I ever made. I was taken to a Stampin' Up party, and this was one of the cards that we made back when having parties at people's houses and hosting them and being a host was a thing. Remember? We don't do that anymore. Well, people still have my house. I still host in-person classes at my house. But there's no like host codes and things anymore. And this was the card. And it's a little faded. I've had it for years. It is the first time I ever heat embossed. Here's a Wayback Machine. Do you guys remember when we had the I can't even think what it's called. The other ink pads. We had regular ink pads, and then we had ink pads that were more like a paint texture. And that's what this was. Oh my gosh. I am just drawing a blank. If anybody remembers what that ink was called, please put it in the comments. Because I know what it is. I'm just drawing a blank. I could probably grab an old catalog and it would tell me. But we had 2 different types of inks. We had the classic inks, and then we had, oh my gosh, I don't know why that's going to drive me nuts. I might grab a catalog if nobody pops that in. And so it was more of a wet ink. You had to wait for it to dry a little bit. Like our white ink is right now. We have that white one. I can't think of the word for it. But yeah, so one year I tried to reproduce this, and I did. So again, years ago that I did that, I reproduced it just with what I had on hand. So that is kind of like the teachable moment I wanted to teach you guys today. Don't forget about things you've learned in the past. Pigment ink. Thank you, Christy. It was a pigment ink. But I feel like we had a different name for it. Didn't Stampin' Up have a different name for it? So again, I didn't have the same exact set because these wasn't mine. But I did have a holiday greeting. I did have a snowflake. So I reproduced that. And then I always like to have templates. When I have a template that I like this is a great one to mass produce for Christmas cards or thank you cards. Anything that you're craft ink pads. Thank you, Chris. They were called craft ink pads, and it was a pigment style of ink. And so basically that's what this is. And I had all of the ink pads. I used to have all the pigments and all the regular, but I got rid of the pigments a long time ago. So you guys see me, I usually pull out my little binder now, but I still have notes like for this one. And this is just my basic notes. 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, or just fold in half. So basically this is a hot dog fold, what I call now. That's my upgraded one. This is the one from the class. Again, that one didn't have an answer because it was a class one, but color alternate to the ribbon. So like you see I have the ribbons. I pulled the green one from here. I pulled like this cream colored one from here. So then we have those squares that are 3 1/4 by 3. Why is that a little bit bigger? I don't know. But apparently it's a little bit longer one way than the other. I think I did a square here. And then 3 by 2 3/4, 2 3/4 by 2 1/2, and then an 11-inch ribbon with multiple colors. There's my notes. Things that all you need. Twine, a cutter, a label punch, embosser, heat embosser and powders, ribbon, slot for the punch, if it didn't already come that way, cardstock, and 4 colors to match the ribbon. That is kind of, and I want to talk about this. This is kind of what my PDF tutorial cut and prep lists are. It's basically, these are the colors, but mine definitely much better upgraded version. But don't keep little notes like that because they're really good to go back to. Same thing on this one. This is just one of the folds. This was one of my favorite folds once I started getting into card making, because I thought this was the fanciest of the schmanciest of folds. And it really is so easy. There's two different versions. There's this one that just opens up, and it's a great way to use up DSP to get that fold done. And here's another one where I have it with a little closure over here. See? Same exact card, except for this one. I just put a little closure on it. Super, super cute, right? So here is my question. Which card should I go back and reproduce today? The one with the butterflies? I mean, this layout or this layout? So, I don't know, square layout or fun fold layout. You guys tell me. I took another drink, and that's the one I will reproduce today. And these are both just, well, this one isn't. This one is just papers, stamp, and ink for the most part. I do have some punch embellishments in there, but really you can use ephemera, which is still considered paper, to do the same thing. Christy says, I think that's what Stampin' Up! Called them. Oh, craft ink pads. Yeah, Stampin' Up! Called them craft ink pads. And Sharon said, fun folds. Chris said, butterfly. Okay, so let's reproduce this one. If we have time, we'll go back to this one and we'll do some heat embossing. But let's play around with this one. And let me put this one back in my sleeve. This is how, okay, when I first started, guys, really basics. And I keep meaning to transfer this into a binder, but I haven't. But this is what I had on hand. I worked with what I had. I did a lot of, improvising when I first started making cards. So this little Ziploc baggy thing has been with me for a bit. And when I first started putting stuff together, and I had more cards in here, as you can tell. And through the years, I've pulled them out or redesigned them, and then now they went to my bigger binder. But here's another one I did this one in a class, and it's just a simply elegant card. It's papers, it's stamp, it's ink with a little bit of embellishment and ribbon, but it's a nice, clean layout. I'm not really good at clean layouts, so I really try to save those. Okay, so here's my notes. I don't know if you guys can read this. Actually, you know what? I'll write this even bigger with a black marker on paper here. Well, actually, oh look, I have some chipboard. Well, we'll upgrade this so you guys can see. Let me not do it with that marker though, because that one's a little thick. And then you guys can print screen it if you want to. Okay. So basically we're going to have the base that is 8.5. Maybe that's an 8 by 4.5. Standard. This is a standard base. Here, 8.5 by 4.5. That's what it's going to start out as. And you're going to score at 3 inches. And I think that's where actually we're supposed to cut off, not score. Hold on. Maybe it's that one. Hold this thought. Hold that thought. 8.5 by 4.5. No, that's right. 8.5 by 4.5. That is right. And we're going to score at 3 inches. Because normally if it was longer, it'd be at 11. However, just kidding. You know what? Yep. Okay. Then we are going to have DSP. Now I'm just taking from my notes. And this says for the front, it's going to be 2 3/4 by 4. And then we're going to have DSP, which is designer series paper or pattern paper for anybody that might be new. For the inside, that is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. And then we're going to have the inside folder. That is this green piece right here. So I'm going to put inside folder. that is going to be 8 by 3. And then we're going to score at 4 inches. Now, I'm going to make the caveat right here. We're going to score at 3 inches. Now, I might have to do this with a littler pin because there's not enough room. On 8.5 inch side. Score at 4 on 8 inch side. That's things that I've learned in the past. I didn't know to indicate on which side. I now know to indicate that because not everybody knows. Okay, and last but not least, we need the DSP for that inside piece. That is going to be 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Now, let me check something here on these DSPs because I have a new system that I just started. So now what I do is I give the length before I give the height so that if you're cutting in portrait, you know which way to cut first. So that one should have said 3 3/4. Okay, that's right. And this front piece, 2 3/4. Okay, that's still correct. Alright, just wanted to make sure. And we also are going to need to duplicate that one for the inside, either in white or in a lighter color DSP. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this piece in, but as white. Over here, I do note that I need 2 pieces of that. But I'm also going to add in a white writing panel. And we're going to say that's going to be the same size, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So now I have upgraded this layout. Put that pen back. Okay, so I am basically going to move that out of the way. And we're going to assume the measurements are off this piece because I added more embellishments here. So embellish as needed. I'm going to keep that real still. Excuse me. In case you guys want to print screen that while I take a drink of coffee. Hopefully my coffee won't get in the print screen. Let me see. I check comments. Nobody's commented yet. Okay. Alrighty. I will probably take a picture of this and post it with the picture of whatever card I make on this live. Okay. Now, I know I have butterflies here, but when I look at this fold right now, I am being inspired to go grab some of my new DSP, that one that has the little ladybugs and little caterpillars. That is what's calling to me for this card. Because it's very much, I don't know, it's calling to me. That's what I'm thinking over here. So I'm going to grab that. And that is what we're going to play with. I don't know, I think it's the butterfly that's making me think about it. So, pull that out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Probably not going to get into the ties, but I might get into some stamping. I don't know yet. I know I haven't done a lot of stamping lately. I need to get into a day where I'm really doing just more stamping and coloring and playing with the actual pieces. Which we might. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I can tell you right now, this card piece right here is just screaming to be used for this inside piece in the back. Because it's the perfect background piece. I love that. And I actually think I like this one. It has a little scene. Look, the little scene in the front. And then we need a little accent. Look, these pieces that came out of the thing right in the beginning might all be perfect sizes and pieces for this. Oh, actually, I like this one better. Okay. Look, all from scraps or the first pieces I cut. Let's take a look at this paper a little bit more in depth for anybody that might... Oh, actually, that one might be a little better too. I don't know. I just love everything. This is such a cute little pack of paper. Let's take a look at this for anybody who did not get to see me show this off first time. I did already make some cards with this. As you can see, they're still in here. Spread the joy and hello, friend. I should add these to my... Maybe I'll add these to the mystery card raffle bin. Because they're really not a set of things. They're just super cute. I actually have a spot. My mystery card raffle cards are going lower. Oh, that's a pretty one too. These are part of the cut apart pack from that kit. And they're just... and scraps from my cards. Okay. So look at all these great little aminals, critters, bugs, whatever you want to call them. This is just great paper, and I love the mushrooms too. I want to go, I have an old fairy stamp that I really want to use with this. Also, do you guys remember the stamp that had the little hedgehog with the mushroom in the back? I think I still have that stamp set too. Look at the back of that. And it is phenomenal. The back of that one. More aminals. It's totally sideways. I think I might have showed that one. Oh, I love these textures in the back. And all these great little animal scenes. They're picking strawberries. Ladybugs picking strawberries. So adorable. And the ladybug on the snail. You guys know my team is Lovely Ladybugs right now, right? I'm part of the Lovely Ladybug team. That's the same piece. Oh, here's the cut apart pieces I wanted to show you. I have another paper pack in here too, but that one's not part of this. This is the last one. So this is the one I'm thinking of using the elements from this to do that card. So basically I think I'm going to use the scene and the background piece. And I've already used these two for cards. So I'm thinking maybe this one or this one. For the other element. So let's get some coordinating cardstock. Now, oh, I do have some other paper mixed in back here. Hold, please. This paper, by the way, is called Cute as a Bug. Designer Series paper. And it is so adorbs. If you want to order it, I can give you the code for that, or any of that. That's part of the stuff I use. This paper right here is super pretty too. It is called Nature Walk. Nature Walk? Nature's Walk? Nature Walk. Nature Walk. Again, just super pretty. I don't know why it's called Nature Walk though, because it doesn't look very naturey. It just looks very textured, geometric, you know, the kind of stuff I am totally in love with. Look at all these great colors, regular cards, masculine cards, thinking about you cards. There's just, these are my two favorite paper packs. I love things with words on it. It just is a nice subtle way to add texture. I love textures like this because it's great for like stamping turtles or the sea onto. Just really great. Okay, I'm going to put all this stuff away. I keep meaning to put this in its own folder, but I keep forgetting, so it is what it is. Okay, so I want to turn this upside down. Let's see, the colors for this are Blackberry Bliss, Basic Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Cloud Cover, Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Puppy Braid, Pumpkin Pie, and Fairy Vanilla. So we got lots of colors going on there. I kind of want to do a Blackberry Bliss, I think. I kind of want to go for a dark background. Let me see. What was that other scene I saw? There's two scenes. Let me see. Or maybe I should go for a Mossy Meadow. I should probably go for a Mossy Meadow because we're doing a lot of greens. But I kind of like the Blackberry Bliss because I want to bring in that purple. Let me see. These were the two scenes. Which scene should I do? The one with the caterpillar and the ladybug? Or the one with the butterfly and the instruments? Picnic or music party? You guys tell me. Which ones do we want to do? Why I do that? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I know what color I'm going to go with. And I don't even think it's one that I read. Let me see. It is not. I want to go with like a soft seafoam, which I think is going to look nice with this. Maybe a soft seafoam and a Blackberry Bliss. It depends. It depends on what you guys choose for the scene. Okay, I'm doing another soy copy. Let's see. Oh yeah, the DSP is so cute, right, Kathy? Hi, Marsha Colorburn. No worries, we haven't even started crafting. I just did a whole bunch talking. And I came on earlier than I thought I was supposed to, so there you go. Hey, Marsha Long, good morning. And she says good morning to Marsha Colorburn. And they say good morning back and forth. And Chris says, Chris Franken and Christy Frank both say picnic. Okay, so we're going to go to the picnic scene. Yay. Okay, and I think I have enough papers here to play around with whatever I decide to do. I think I'm going to go with Soft Seafoam, Mossy Meadow, and Blackberry Bless. I'm pretty sure those are the colors I'm going to go with. Let me go ahead and pop these back in here. And I don't know that I need any stamping yet because, like I said, this... oh, there's one of the other cards I made. I have one more. I don't know where the other one is. Anyways, super cute stamp set, and I'm loving this new packaging. Plus, it fits so good in the sleeves with the DSP. Like, I keep the whole little suite together. Oh, it's so much more efficient for me. I know not everybody loves it, but I love it. So, don't rain on my parade, because I'm happy with it. Okay. I'm going to go to my scrap ones first and see if I have any sheets here. No, I'm not. I'm just going to start with full sheets because this is going to be quicker that way. Okay, I want a soft seafoam. Because even though it's not on the paper pack, I really think the soft seafoam is going to go nicely. And maybe I need a darker color. I need a Mossy Meadow. And a Blackberry Bliss. Definitely not Blackberry Bliss in there somehow. Somehow, way, shape, or form. I don't know. And I might actually switch over to a cloud cover. Maybe if I can get to my cloud cover. Okay, again. I really have, oh my gosh, guys. I have, normally I show you guys when I get this crazy in my craft room, but I haven't even shown you guys how crazy it is. But I do have cleanup today because I have people coming over and they might want to see my craft room. Okay. So look at this. These are the colors I'm going to work with. And I really only need 3 colors, but I might actually use that for the inside writing piece because it's light enough. One of these, I don't know if it's decided yet. And we're going with the picnic scene, which is why I decided to grab cloud cover too. See, soft seafoam was not part of the color palette. But tell me that doesn't really look pretty. I really like that a lot. So I'm thinking I might want to add another layer. So maybe we'll... Okay, 1, 2... I need 2 different cardstock colors. I need the base and I need the inside piece. So I think... I really do want... I think I'm going to do the... This is where I have to look. I think I'm going to use that as the base. And then I think I'm going to do the Blackberry Bliss as the inside piece for 2 reasons. It's going to super pop that way. And I'm going to add an extra layer. So basically, I'm going to upgrade this card. I'm going to use all these colors because I want to. So this is going to be my base. This is going to be my original layering panel. But I'm going to change the DSP down by a 1/2 inch or maybe even 1/8 of an inch. Because I'm going to turn the DSP pieces. So what I'm going to do is these areas here where I said DSP, I'm going to make those Mossy Meadow now because I'm going to give them a layer. And then I'm going to cut the DSP down. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do it by a 1/4 or by an 1/8 yet. I might just cut it down by an 1/8. So this is an upgraded card. Because I'm indecisive and I don't know what colors I'm going to use. And I'm going to use the cloud cover for the inside writing panel. Because you can use light cardstock to do that. Okay. So let's start with our base. I'm gonna put this to the side. Grab my cutter. And I need my, ow. Ow, ow, ow. I just smashed my hand. That was not good. I'm going to use this one because this one needs a new blade. And full disclosure, I'm being lazy and I don't want to get up and get a new blade. So I'm going to use this one. And we need 8.5 by 4 1/4. Oh. And here we go. I need to move this. Let me move this up here. You guys can see my big old arm. And hopefully this will work. There we go. Okay. So a standard piece of cardstock is 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to pretend this is 8.5 for sure, even though I know it's probably not. Okay. And I can see something stuck in my inkwell real quick. Always clean out your guys' inkwell. I keep calling it an inkwell. Cutting well. Is there a real name for this? I keep calling it an inkwell. Anyways, so this is already 8.5. Now I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Then we want to score it at 3 inches. And there's the first part of the card. Then we want that inside piece, which I decided I was going to do in Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to grab that one. That inside piece needs to be 8 by 3. So I'm going to make my first cut at 3. Right about there. And FYI, I'm just guesstimating that this is 8.5. So I'm going to take 1/2 inch off one end. Normally I would extend my thing, but I'm just going to fold this directly in half. So if it was 1, so 8.5, and I need it to be 8, so yeah, taking off 1/2 inch. So this should now be at about 8, give or take. Close enough. It's a hair over. It's going to be okay. I'm just going to fold it in half. Rub, 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 rub. And do my little fold in half. And there's the basics plain side booklet. Okay? Now here's where we're going to deviate. Now instead of grabbing my DSP, I am going to grab my Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to make the layering pieces. So I'm going to start out at 4. I'm going to cut it this way at 4. Just because I think I can get the most pieces out of it that way. Okay, put that to the side. Because I need one that is 4, that's 2 3/4 by 4. So 2 3/4. That will be for my front DSP panel, like right there. Now this was supposed to be a DSP. I'm upgrading this to have more layers. Then I need one that is 5 1/4 by 4. So let's go to 5. Oh, I need to go to 5. You guys can't see this. Let me move it down here. So one thing I don't like about these is that you can't do 5 1/4 from the bottom. You can only do it from the top. So anyway, 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to go for the inside piece. And then I need one that is 2 3/4, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So let's see if this is going to be big enough to do. Let's try it this way. See if this scrap is big enough. Oh, it will be. So 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. 2 3/4 is it big enough? Oh, yeah, it is. That'll go on the inside. And I actually need 2 of those now. But I'm just going to use one. I'm just going to... Because if I save this piece, I can actually get 2 cards out of what I've cut so far. Because I have enough paper left to make another one of those cards. If I only do the writing panel piece inside as white, or in this case, cloud cover. So 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So 3. Actually, 2 3/4 first. 2 3/4. I'm trying to figure out which cut would be the most efficient for saving paper to be able to do this again. So 2 3/4. And 3 3/4. This is going to be my inside writing panel. Now, could I have cut more paper and just done another layer on the inside? I could have, but I'm just going to leave that one alone. Okay, now it's time to decide on my DSP. So, again, basically, the papers I just cut for my Mossy Meadow were the papers that were initially supposed to be this, and this DSP panels, okay? But I switched them and upgraded them because I'm going to layer. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, this is my, this front panel piece is the 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So that's what I need to cut here. I'm going to go grab one of my extra strip things because I want to get the scene in here correctly. So 3 3/4. So I'm working with about here. So we're going to see where we're going to make that cut to make sure I get the best part of my scene in there. So this little ant guy is definitely not going to make the cut. If I do him here, then I'm losing a lot of my scene over here. So that guy's not going to make the cut. Oh, you know what we could do? If we do it this way and he gets cut off, we can put him on the inside of the little card. How cute would that be? Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So I think we can cut off some of the excess from over here still. So I kind of want to start by framing these little blackberries over here. So I'm going to line it up there. I'm going to get to 3 3/4. And I'm just going to kind of close. And then I can kind of see that my scene is going to kind of end at the end of this. But it is going to cut some of that mushroom off. So let me move that a little bit more over and see if I can get that a little bit better. So basically now this is what my scene is going to look like. Let me just so you guys can see how I see it. So now I can know that that's about what my scene is going to look like. I could totally play with this and keep moving these over just to kind of see how I like that scene. I kind of don't want to cut that mushroom piece, but I think I'm going to need to. And I think it's going to be okay. Right? Let me see if I move just out of the way to not cut that mushroom piece. That gives me about there. I think that's still good, and it saves that mushroom piece in case I want to get that whole mushroom piece in for the next section. No, but I really want some of those berries. I'd rather cut that mushroom. So again, I'm going to move this over. Yes, I do contemplate this kind of stuff all the time. I want some of this blackberry on this side as well. So that's where I'm going for now. Okay. That's about where I want it. So I'm going to make that first cut. Now remember, this is supposed to be 3 3/4, but I think I'm going to take it down by 1/8. So 1/8 is not going to make too much of a difference on the scene wise here. So 3 3/4. Now I'm going to bring it down by 1/8. So that would be what, 2, 4, 5/8. 2, 5/8. So now we're going to 3 5/8. And now I need to do the same thing this way. So it was 2 3/4. So now we're going to go to 2 5/8. But I'm still going to look at the 2 3/4 measurements. 2 3/4. Just because it's easier for me to hold this up to a fourth on my cutter over here. That's why I'm starting with the 4th and then just cutting down the 8th. So I'm pretty sure this one's going to work. Oh, height-wise, I'm going to lose those berries. After all that, I didn't think about that. Those berries are going to get lost. Because it's not going to be tall enough. Wah, wah, wah. Unless we cut into the... I don't want to cut into my ladybug. Actually, I could cut a little bit into my ladybug, and that would be okay. Let's see. 2 3/4. Okay, I'm getting tired of holding this, so I'm just going to make... Hold, please. I'm going to put my knit tape there. That way I don't have to keep holding it and adjusting it. I can just slide this underneath it. I really just need my ladybug's teacup. If I do that, then I'll get some of those berries in there, which I really, really want. Yeah, I really want some of those berries up there and more of the sky. Okay, guys, you guys tell me, does it look really bad if I cut some of my ladybug off? You can still see that she's holding the teacup. Does that look okay? I feel like I need some of that berries in the sky. And I'll get it that way. I could probably give myself a little bit more of my ladybug back. Like right about there, so you can see her feet. And then I'll still get berries. I think that's okay. What do you guys think? Is it okay to cut a little bit of my ladybug's butt off? Oh, Christy says what I'm doing is called double matting. Thank you, Christy. You know, sometimes before I finish my coffee, I can't think of words. Oh, and she calls this the blade channel. I keep calling it an inkwell. I know that's totally wrong. Okay, I don't know if anybody's commenting, but I'm cutting some of my ladybug's butt off. It's just going to happen. Because I want some of those berries. We're cutting it. We're cutting it. I cut you, ladybug. I cut you. Okay. Sorry, guys. Going ghetto. Okay, now this was supposed to be 2 3/4, but we're going to do down by an 1/8. So 2 5/8. 2 4 5/8. Sorry, ladybug butt. You gotta go. Oh, and I did cut her feet off. Oops. But I can still see her teacup, so it's okay. Oh, her little butt. I might pop her butt up later. No, I'm just kidding. No, I won't. Okay, so there's my first scene, and that's the scene that's going to go layered up in here. Did I cut that wrong? I feel like I cut that wrong now. Is that the wrong piece? Oh, that was the side panel piece. I was like, no, say it ain't so. Okay, that's the piece that's going to go on. And it's just going to have just a little hint of that mossy meadow in the back. Okay. Now we need to repeat that process for the back piece, which should be quicker because the back piece does not have any... it's going to have the layering, but it doesn't have really a whole lot of imagery you have to work with. I'm going to cut off from the top, I already know, and I'm going to cut off from one side. It's not really going to matter. Actually, I'm going to cut off from this side because this is where it has the edge. So this needs to be 5 1/4, so 5 1/8. Oh, which means I need to go from this side. Let's see, 5 1/8. There we go. By 4, so 3 7/8. Right there. So this one was super easy. And then that one's going to get matted right there. Now we need the piece that's going to mat onto this. Now this one we have to remember that it's the skinny side that's going to be the imagery. And I did this one last. I'm actually going to move my cutter out of the way first because this one I really need to visually see how the layout's going to look to really feel which one I want to use. So let's go back in here and bring out these other pieces. Because this one isn't a seam, but it might be a seam. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Let me give these some nice crisp creases. Okay, so let's see what we're looking like here. And that there. And we're going to pop that there. Not worried about the inside writing panel piece yet. And I really could glue these on right now because that would probably make my life easier. But you know, not about making my life easier. I'm just going to do something. That's going to go in there. Now I have to decide what panel piece I want here. Do I want it to be berries? I want it to be foliage. Kind of feel like these berries would be a little bit better, except for it's cut in the wrong direction, but you can't tell that too much unless I get a bee that's sticking up that way. The other side I was going to do was this one, which I kind of really like because it's super like neutral, and it kind of reminds me of the, it's actually one of the patterns I did not like in this whole pack, but I think it actually works really nicely to pick up the pink from here and then the greens from everything else. And actually, I really like that piece. The other one that I was thinking of using was, this one, but I don't think that one goes very nicely either, but it's the perfect size once I cut it down. It would be the perfect size. And keep in mind that will be matted. It'll have a matte layer underneath it. Or the other one was this one. Like to do the little wish, but then I feel like I could totally use the wish for a better card. So I think right now the contenders is this piece. Do we like this pink and greenish one? Or berries? Or what was the foliage one? Or the foliage. So we have foliage. Foliage? I think I'm saying that right. Berries, pink and green pattern. Let's see. Sharon says looks good. Susan says, I wish you could cut some of mine off. I wish you could cut. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Sorry guys, I guess I'm up. That was so... That is such a deep joke. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, Sharon says berries. So we're gonna go with berries. Okay, we're gonna go with berries. Oh my gosh, Lizzie, stop laughing. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Okay, guys, somebody tell me something. So stop laughing. Breathe, Letty. Breathe. Let's cut this down. This needs to be cut down to 3 and... I don't remember now. Oh, this is the front. Front pad. 2 3/4 by 4. So the 2 3/4 needs to be the first cut, but we're bringing that down by 1/8. So that would be 2 5/8. 2 5/8. 2, 4, 5. 2 5/8. And now we need to go to 3 3/4 would be 3. Sorry. The next one's going to be, 2 3/4, so it would be 2 5/8. I just did that one. By 4. I don't know. I gotta take a deep breath. It needed to be 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. That's what we're doing it. 3 7/8. And make sure I'm doing that the right cut. Actually, I want to bring this down a little bit because I think you can actually get that little B in there. I'll cut some of this off the bottom because I actually cut that one in the right direction. Okay, I think my giggle fits are subsided. Oh my gosh, I don't remember the last time I had a giggle fit like that. That was so good. Marsha says we all need a good laugh. Kathy says your laugh is contagious. Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But thank you. I think, yeah, I agree. I think we all need a good laugh. Okay, let's start layering these. Now, normally I do not layer my panels on first. Lately, I mean my DSP to my panels. I've been talking a lot about that lately. But because this is an eighths, I am putting them on the panels first. Because the eighth does not leave me a whole lot of wiggle room. Oh my gosh, why is that not sticking to the paper? And I really need that wiggle room time to manipulate and get that nice and centered to the best of my ability. And this is also not a card that if something's off, that the that the lining up of the panels is going to make a difference. Now this one is going to make a difference once I put it on here on how I put it down. But right now, I'm just going to glue down to the mats. And when it's eighths, it is definitely smarter to lay those down in the beginning. This way. And this is one I definitely always do with liquid glue because I need that wiggle room. Once you get all the pieces cut, this card comes together very, very quickly. It's not hard, but it's such a pretty card, and people that are not card makers are going to get their card and be like, wow, that is such a phenomenal card. How did you do that? That seems so hard. Really isn't. And put that one down. So now the important thing with this is to know which pieces to glue down in which order. We want to glue the base pieces in first. Now I'm going to go this way. And now I always like to do this inside piece first, because that is really what's going to help me line up that outside piece. And that will make sense in just a hot second when I put this one down. So I'm going to lay this one down first and get that nice and centered to the best of my ability. Now the reason I put this one down first is because then this way I can visually look at this one and line those Mossy Meadow matte pieces up. Had I put this one on first, it would be really hard for me to try to hold this and line it up and get this visually lined up correctly. Is it doable? Maybe, yeah, but not as efficiently as it's going to be if you put that inside piece in first. Now I'm going to do this one upside down because it's easier for me to hold this, and then again line up visually so that it's as even as possible. It just looks nicer that way. Okay. Now, very important when you do this next one, make sure that you're gluing this to the side. And it might seem a little weird because it's kind of opposite, but this is correct. We do want it opposite. Opposites attract. And put that down right there. I am so glad that I went with those mattes and added that a little bit of extra color. Not that it needed to be. I could have just cut my DSP normally, but by adding a little bit of a matte, and I could have added an fourth of a matte, but I really just wanted a hint of that green to kind of make things pop. Now, I had that one little piece cut off. Oh, did I throw it away? Oh, no, Mr. Bell. What happened to that strip with my little... my Ant-Man. Ant-Man. Because I think this little Ant-Man is going to look so cute over here. And I'm going to just cut it down just a little bit more. Actually, yeah, I just want a little bit. I think that's so cute. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of trimming here. Because I just think he's super cute and I want to use him. I do want to cut a little bit off the bottom because that was an edge. And I think I want to cut, I just want this little seam here. So I'm going to cut it this way. A little bit more. Ooh, maybe a little bit less on this side, actually. I want to get about an inch. Not a whole lot. And that would actually make it probably a little gift card holder. Hold on. Sorry about there. And let's see if I do about an inch there. Does that look about right? Yep. And line that up again. An inch there. And then the height on that panel was 2 3/4. 2 3/4 right there. I don't think it's going to be big enough for a... Oh, wow. Did I do that right? Yeah. I just like it. It's just a cute little accent piece. And I could even put another white writing panel here, which would then technically make that a layering piece. Ooh, maybe I want to do that. Let me think about that really quick. Let me see how this looks in here. I don't really think I need white. I think that's perfect. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we're going to glue my little Ant-Man in, using up that little scrap, because he was so cute. I would have been so sad if I didn't use him. Show adorbs. Just a little accent for the inside of my card. Line that up right about there. Come on. Line it up flush. There we go. Oop, I cut that a little long. We'll just trim it. So. And I could totally use a stamp set and stamp something on the inside, but I don't know what I want to do yet with this card. So at some point I will stamp, but right now it's going to be just like that. Oh, that is perfect. And since it's got like the Blackberry Bliss in there, it's like the greatest piece for the inside. So cute. Okay. Now, here's my trick on how to get this centered so that your image is centered beautifully as well. I am going to do another little crisp fold on this because I have a lot of layers going on in there now. Okay, I'm going to line this up so that it's visually centered. Oh my gosh, and that bee came out perfect, and so did the strawberries down here. Oh my gosh, this is the perfect card. It actually, this piece right here didn't even go with this piece, but you guys see how perfect the berries are fitting in there? OMG, I didn't even do that on purpose. Okay, so I think that looks about centered. So I'm going to grab me some mint tape, and I'm going to hold that in place. Now I know it is not going to move. I am now going to open this up, and I'm going to add glue to the back, and then it's going to stick here exactly where I need it to. It's not moving, it's not shifting because I have that mint tape holding it in place. And I know it visually looks like it's nice because I just saw it. And then I'm just going to close it backwards. Give it a press. Flip it over. Take off that mint tape. And then just make sure we're giving it a nice good press. And there we go. This really is not hard. Now, if I wanted to, I could go back with another little embellishment, or a little die cut piece and put here. Like I said, we could add bling on here. I really think this is perfect the way it is. I think it came out great. I love that I have my berries here. I'm so glad with how it came out. What do you guys think? I love it. And again, here's different options of the exact same layout. This one just has more layers. This one is just straight DSP. They both look very, very nice. You know, you could have just done those pieces with the DSP. I just upgraded this one by some eighths. So the measurements that you're going to get are the measurements for this one. I'll take a picture of that. Maybe next to this piece right here. But I will also post this picture, of course, because this is the card we actually made. And I love it. Love, love, love it. And just so you guys know, if you guys want to make this into like a gift card holder, if I put an extra strip of paper here, that would have worked. And I could have glued this down in a manner that I could have slipped that in, and it would have hid a gift card perfectly, by the way, in case you were wondering. Okay, guys, it is time for a mystery card raffle. And I think that the raffle word for today needs to be picnic, because they're having a picnic. Let's see. Marcia said, so pretty. You have such a soothing voice. I love it when you do videos late at night. Aw, thanks. Do I put you to sleep? I know I have put people to sleep because they've told me that. Chris says, I love this card. Now I'm thinking I need this paper and stamp set and dies. Okay, so here you guys go. I love this entire suite. It's got, oh, that's what I should use. Some of the embellishments. Oh, dropping some paper. I can make one another good. Look at the embellishments from this suite, guys. I'm going to pull this one because I already have it open. I'm going to add an embellishment, but I want to grab that piece of paper. Hold on, guys. I actually have to get up from my chair because I went underneath the chair and I don't want to ruin it. Because it's one of the seams. And if I roll over it while I'm sitting down, I will ruin it. Because it was those wishes ones, and I don't want to ruin that, so. Okay. And keep in mind that if you really, really love this, and you can't afford the entire suite, just get the paper, guys. The paper's got the images on it. And I just like to remind people of that, like, get the suite. If you can do it like I can do it, great. But if you don't have the means, just at least grab the paper. Because you won't regret it. It's really cute. But oh my gosh, look at these. And I think I want this kind of just some here on the outside. Maybe one here crawling when they open it. Because I think that'll be super cute. Let me grab my pokey tool. Oh, and it's got the little water droplet pieces too. I think that might look cute. What if I put little teeny water droplet pieces in their cups like it's the nectar they're drinking? Freaking genius. I'm going to do that first. It's not a huge thing, but it is a little thing that I think is going to make a difference. Oh, but maybe not the big ones, maybe the little ones. Because they're little bugs. Okay. My old pokey tool is not poking up. This one with my new tool, because it's got a tip that I haven't lost, seems to work better. Usually. Now that I said that, now it's not working. There we go. Oh yeah, the little ones, so much better. And yeah, they're clear, so you really can't see them, but it's the perfect effect so that you think they're drinking nectar tea at their little picnic. I can never think of where to use these clear ones usually. And this is actually the perfect place to use them. Although I do still want a regular ladybug one as well. Oh, it stuck to my hand. I want it right here. And it's pretty flat, so it's not going to add a bunch of bulk to this. And I don't know that I need to, but we'll see. Let me see if I want another one somewhere. On this side, maybe? Oh! Get back over here. Maybe one up here. Right here, crawling into the leaf. And do we need one over here? And then we'll do the mystery card raffle. I kind of feel like this could be like her little baby. Mom, come home. I don't actually think I want anything on this outer one. I think it's too much of a contrast. I think I'm okay with that. Just those two on the inside. That's kind of like little hidden ones. Okay. I absolutely love this card. But like I said, if you don't have enough to buy the whole suite like I did. And it has a ribbon too. I don't know what to do with the ribbon. The ribbon does... I'm not really impressed with the ribbon. I liked it. It's really pretty because it's got a good weave to it. But what I didn't like is that it frays very easily. So I probably won't buy it any more than just that first pack. I'm always an honest reviewer. But for better or worse. Okay. Another drink of coffee. I really need to order some more. I'm going to end up running out and having to punch them. But that's okay. I can do that too. Got a pen. And let's see who's going to be in the raffle picnic. Oh, we got lots of people love it. We got Margene Nation Sussex. We've got Sharon Vickery. We've got Shelly Shamate. And Marsha Long. And Sharon Woost and Cynthia Spearman coming to us from the same location. Woost, Cynthia Spearman. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's see. Chris Ronkin. And Kathy Sanford. Kathy with a K. And Marsha says, no, I relax with the sound of your voice. Aw, how sweet. Oh, we got Susan Holloway Lamanu. We got lots of people on today. I love it. Love, love, love it. And Susan Holloway Lamanu. And I think that was the last one in the mix. You know who we're missing today? Did Debbie pop off? I could have swore I saw Debbie this morning pop on. We're missing Debbie Warden. I don't think she came on today. She'll probably watch the replay. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and put these to the side. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. If I've missed you for the mystery card raffle, don't forget, let me know. Just say, you missed me, you missed me, now you gotta kiss me. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like it's scary to say things like that now because people really get offended and people are so happy crazy. So, I don't think any of you guys would do that. She's being harassing. Okay, Susan and Kathy and Chris and Cynthia, Sharon Woos, Marshalom, Shelly Schmate. I was like saying a lot of your guys' names. Sharon Vickery and Margene Nation said, if I missed anybody, let me know. I think I grabbed everybody. Look at all these names. I love it. Okay, let's get to folding. Then I have to get to cleaning. I don't want to clean, guys. I really hate cleaning. Can't somebody just like magically come clean my house? I need a house cleaner that's not scared of huge dogs. My mom's cleaning lady, bless her heart, she's really good, and she's probably the only person that would probably come clean my house. But she is not particularly fond of my dogs. She's not as petrified of them anymore as she used to be. She's actually come into my house, into the gate, and realized that my dog will not eat her. My German Shepherd's huge, guys. He's like probably almost 100 pounds. Like 90 something. Or close to that. And he looks very intimidating. But he is totally Ferdinand the Bull. Now, don't get me wrong. Would my dog bite an intruder? Yes, he is trained to do so. And if you come to my house and you are unwelcome, you're getting bit, and I'm okay with that. But for those people who know my animals and know, like, if I let you into my house, my dog is trained to know to listen to me because, you know, he's trained to do so. So if I let you in and I tell him to leave it, he will leave you alone. If you put your hand over my fence and start aggravating him, he will try to bite you. Which, by the way, animal control has actually reprimanded my neighbors for doing, and they no longer do that. Thank goodness. Which was funny because I have video surveillance, and I had a neighbor that would hold his hat and like instigate my dogs. And so I called animal control. I called the police department, which is our animal control. And I said, look, my neighbor's doing this. I'm very worried. Like, my dog is a guard dog, and he's purposefully instigating my animals. And, you know, reaching over my fence to try to get bit. And, you know, I don't want my dog end up getting put to sleep because he's being aggressive towards them. And so animal control came, watched my videos, and I knew which his neighbor it was, and he went and told the neighbor, like, if you get bit, we have surveillance that you instigated that and you're trespassing onto their property, and it is a malicious act, and she can file charges against you. And they never did it again. So yay for animal control. Okay. Here we go. Look, we have so many names, we almost filled the heart. How cool would it be if I had so many people watching, I overflowed the heart? That would make my heart overflow. Anyways. Okay, we got a bunch in here. We're going to pull these to the side. We'll put those in for the Christmas Day raffle. Oh! Let's try that again. Oh! Too low, too high. This one's, I think this is the clear winner. These ones were close, but they were in the heart. That was a close one. I had to really look. Okay, so the winner of today's mystery card raffle is, drumroll please, Margene Nation Susset. Woo woo! Congratulations, Margene. You are the winner of today's mystery card raffle. So I will be sending something out to you. I also need to put these guys in here because I do not want to forget. I'm going to need to get a bigger container pretty soon because we're not even halfway through the month. I have a question for you guys. First of all, first let me show you. These are the other cards that I made. I feel like I'm missing one more, but maybe not. These were the cards I made when I initially started playing with this paper. I just feel like you can't make an uncute card with this. Okay, so I digressed. I had to do that again. I keep calling this a Christmas countdown, but I'm counting up and not counting down. But I see other people saying Christmas countdown, day whatever. And even when people are opening up their advent calendars, which is an advent calendar, not like a Christmas countdown. So since I was doing a Christmas countdown, should I have started 24, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21 until I got to 1? Because that's technically a countdown. Or does it still make sense like Christmas countdown, day whatever? And right now I'm like on day 13. I'm not going to change it at this point because I've started it. But am I not making sense? Are some people thinking that's not a countdown? Because I started thinking about that at 1 o'clock this morning when I was trying to get back to sleep. So I'm curious. Does anybody out there think I'm weird that I'm doing a countdown but counting up? Because I started thinking I was. So there we go. Remember this. All right, guys. I have. Oh, and so you guys know why I went so early. I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning. I have a Secret Santa Zoom call with my team meeting, and I really want to open my gift. And it got dropped off yesterday, and it's a bag that's in a bag, so I can see part of it, but you can't see like all the inside stuff's double wrapped, so I can't peek. But the bag that it's in, I'm being really good. I haven't even pulled that bag all the way out, which I totally could have, but I haven't. But it looks really pretty. It's got like, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys a sneaky peek of what I'm seeing. So, she put it in a Trader Joe bag. I'm assuming it's a sheet because I think we're all. But can you guys see the sneaky peek of the top of that bag? I don't even know if I can get that all in camera. Oh, I want to like... But look how pretty that bag looks. I haven't pulled it all the way out, but I'm just looking at all these pretty colors, and I'm so excited because I am such a bag lady. So, yeah, I'm super excited. Oh, here's my mic. So I can't wait to get that open today. But that's not till 10:30, which is why I didn't go live at 10. All right. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do... Margene, I'm going to do one of these cards for the mystery card raffle. And would you like to choose which card you want from these three? Do you want ladybug, ants, or caterpillar? If you're still on, let me know. And it just worked out perfectly like that. And I just liked it. So there we go. Ladybug, ants, or caterpillar. You let me know which one you want. Thank you all for watching. And I will take pictures of... this card that we made on today's live, as well as a picture of those instructions. Just keep in mind that the instructions don't account for the matting. I guess I could put matting, but then I would have to rewrite that whole thing, and I don't want to. So there we go. Watch the live. She said ants, please. Perfect. You're getting ants. I'm going to put those mystery card raffle. Somebody will get those in a mystery card raffle in a future time. All right. Bye-bye, my divas. Ta-ta for now.